Welcome to The Sound, KQAL FM's weekly behind-the-scenes look at Midwestern-made music. From writing and recording to distribution and promotion, The Sound is your source for new releases and exclusive interviews from Midwestern artists. Support for The Sound is made possible by a grant from the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Rolling.
I'll just check the time.
Tonight on The Sound, we get down to the smooth pop sounds of Early Eyes. Early Eyes is a 5-piece indie pop group from Minneapolis, and their latest album, titled Look Alive, was released in February 2022 on Epitaph Records. The album was written during the pandemic and social justice uprisings in Minneapolis and takes you on a journey through a myriad of emotions and relatable themes. So put your headphones on and relax. I'm Bill Stoneberg. Get ready for a journey through the unique sonic textures that is Look Alive, the latest album from Early Eyes, tonight on The Sound.
Waiting in the morning. Are you boarding? Scared to finally see you. It's been boring. I'll just check the time. It's only just 9 a.m. I'd hate if we were surprised when other lane has you and your flight delayed. Was this elegant today? Balcony and my plane, morning and sunlight. We're letting out a big sign, 'cause everybody's waking up at night. Wake up at night. Heard you never been to endless water. Never seen the garden, kept your guard up. It's been hard to sleep here. I feel incomplete without my fears. And it's been so divine, blending time, crying, covering up my tears. Where's this place? Balcony in my bed, morning and sunlight. We're letting out a big sign, 'cause everybody's waking up at night. Wake up at
That was Big Sigh, and that's from Early Eyes' latest release called Look Alive. And I have Jake and John from Early Eyes on the phone tonight. How you guys doing?
Good. How about you?
Good, good. So Big Sigh, that's the first track off your new album, pretty much your full-length debut, right? And let's see, it was released on Epitaph Records. You've released several singles and an EP since you formed in 2016. Boy, we have a lot to cover here. Look at this. Like, so you guys started as a temporary pop-up thing, 2016, and now you're releasing your first full length on Epitaph, produced by Caleb Hintz and Jake Lupin. Can you guys kind of walk us, like, give us the shorthand of that journey? Like, how did that happen from a pop-up temporary ensemble to bam, what you got going on now?
Yeah, so we all went to college at the University of Minnesota, the Twin Cities campus, and that's where we all kind of linked up and met and all that jazz. Our first show was for an arts festival on the West Bank, and we kind of just formed because we had all just met, and it was the first few weeks of college, and we were like, this gig opened up at the last minute. It was like 3 or 4 days out. We're like, we could put together a set, right, guys? So we ended up piecing together like a little band, and we played a bunch of cover songs and a couple originals that we had individually. And we just had such a good time, and it was a great escape from kind of all of the coursework of college. So we decided to keep doing it. And we ended up dropping out of school and continuing that journey. And here we are today. It's been a long time to wait before you make a debut album, but it was all worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, totally. And for some context, Jake is the only founding member of Early Eyes that's still in the band. There were just some lineup changes, but me, John, and Joe, our other guitar player, were actually in attendance at the very first Early Eyes show. So we've kind of been orbiting around the group for a little while before Joe and I joined summer 2017.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just we were trying to balance school and the band, and then we kind of decided that the band was more fun to do and had a little more, a little better prospects with that than whatever. College can wait, but if you put the music off for too long, you could kind of miss your moment. So I think we just we seized the day a little bit and just got on the grind.
Right. And I think fans are glad, Can you tell me a little bit about Epitaph? Like, how did you guys end up with that deal? And is that like a distribution thing, or is that, is it different from it was back in the day? I'm not even sure. Record labels seem like an evolving thing now, so.
Yeah. It's definitely I wasn't, I've never been signed to another label, but I think the way that they just reached out to us cold call type thing, hey, we were just interested in working with you. I want to say end of 2018. And then we were in talks and getting all the business end of things cleared up and started releasing music in the beginning of 2020. But it's been they're just a very they're a really, really artist friendly label. In the grand scheme of things, they're super willing to humor any creative decisions we have. If we need feedback, we can get it. If we are comfortable with where something's at, basically there's no one that's gonna tell us we can't do something musically,
right,
which we really appreciate. I feel like that's kind of a non-negotiable thing. But all the we are just fully signed. It's not just a distribution thing.
Okay, cool.
And it's a really it was a really surreal thing at first, because I a lot of music I grew up listening to in high school. I would just it would be on Epitaph. I listened to a lot of Refused, and I had a Refused poster in my room in high school. And when I came back after signing, I just saw the little Epitaph logo, right above my bed, and it's like, all right, this has been foreshadowing this whole time.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
But yeah, they're great. They're all really really nice people. I don't have anything negative to say, really.
Right.
They're awesome.
Well, it's nice to have that. It sounds like it's like having an outside like an outside view, but they have kind of an inside perspective of how things work, and how what you guys need as far as freedom and things like that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So, this album, I believe one of our students talked to you guys a few years back. So it must have been right when you started, like maybe,
Really?
well, after, like 17, 18, somewhere in there, probably. It was at a live show here in
That
town, I believe.
sounds that I definitely yeah. Okay, now that you say that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I remember that.
Willard.
I think
His
I
name was
do.
Willard, I bet.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right,
How
right.
can you forget Willard?
Exactly. We all say that too. But so you guys have been in our awareness for a while now, and I was listening to this album, and it seems to kind of pick up where you left off, where you guys were headed, but it almost like accelerates, even further, like in new directions and stuff. Like, I guess the vocal sound comes to mind a lot, and I'm like, wow, what is that? It seems like there's a lot of modulation happening, but very creative, like cool spots. And like, is that like a conscious thing, that you guys are going for? Or is that something that just kind of evolves out of, like rehearsals or writing or?
Yeah, we in all of our previous music we had kind of written in the practice space or the rehearsal room, and this is the first album that we wrote it right into the digital audio workstation.
Oh, cool.
So we were like, yeah, we kind of had the lofty production goals really present from the beginning of the writing process. And it was right. We wrote most of it in the summer, maybe a bit of the fall, right after like the world was on full lockdown mode during the pandemic. So we kind of had this emotional moment as a band where we're like, okay, our time on this earth is fleeting. We only have so much space in which we can do what we want to do. Like, let's really try to go for it,
Yeah.
So the accelerated thing was definitely really present on our minds when we were writing it. And in terms of the vocals, I think we started to kind of broaden our listening horizons as a band, where we tried to kind of wear our influences on our sleeve. And when the reach of what you're listening to expands, I think you just want to take like a little more risks. And that's what we were kind of approaching.
Right.
Yeah,
Totally.
I mean, we've always had like kind of a pretty like eclectic and maybe like, I guess you could say like far-reaching, like cumulative taste. We're all kind of like listening to a bunch of different stuff with like different backgrounds. But I think this like record was, it was us kind of putting aside like notions of like, it was less of like, all right, like what is appropriate to incorporate into Early Eyes, and more of like, all right, what do I think is cool, and what can I make, like, how can I emulate cool things that I hear in music that I love, and, apply it to what we're doing, regardless of if there's like a, precedent for, for the stuff that we're doing in our previous work. And I think that like, it was a really like, fun experience, and also just a lot of the production, it's kind of like a half and half thing, where a lot of the stuff from the demos that were worked on by like Jake and Joe, a lot of that stuff did carry over onto the record. A lot of the sound palette is like from the demos, and it was just like built upon and accentuated really really well by Caleb and Jake. I think we had a really good team of like because all of us have like, various points of knowledge of like music production, and can kind of speak like relatively fluently when it comes to like expressing what we would like a producer to do. And Caleb is just like such an adventurous dude that really like was able to like tap into all of our like eccentricities and really bring them to the forefront. I think that it was just a really free creative experience that we prior to this record, I don't think we had it in like quite that way. I think we just needed to mature a lot as a band to get there.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys have a great team, and then also like allowing yourself, that freedom to go there, right?
Yeah,
to
you
go.
gotta have a lot of trust in yourself and the people around you.
Right, definitely. Well, let's play some more tunes for people, and then we'll come back and talk more. I want to dive more into that, your recording process and writing and everything. But the next tune we're going to play is, and hopefully I say this right, Paresthesia?
Paresthesia. You're close.
You got it.
Very close. Okay, I had to look it up, because I wasn't sure what that. What the word meant, I should have looked up the pronunciation.
Word.
But yeah, we'll go ahead. We're going to go ahead and play that, and then we'll come back and talk some more about it. I'm talking with Jake and John from Early Eyes, and this next tune is from their newest album called Look Alive. This is, oh boy, I'm going to try it again. This is Paresthesia.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Close enough. All right, we'll check it out, and we'll come back and we'll discuss the proper pronunciation. This is that tune, and you're listening to it on The Sound from Early Eyes right here on 89.5 KQAL.
Waiting for the words to come, waiting for the words, waiting for the words to come and calm my nerves. Through when my lungs can breathe, still wish that I could see through all this overhead lighting. Paresthesia flows all over me as I am clothed in my best jeans. Heartbeats, I know that it's already all fleeting. Paresthesia flows all over me as I'm exposed and feeling dizzy. Heartbeats, I know, and it's in my ferocity. Wishing this could end nicely. Wishing this could end. I imbibe too generously, gazing at my head. Through its my lungs can breathe, still wish that I could see through its my lungs can breathe, still wish that I could see through all this overhead lighting. Paresthesia flows all over me as I am clothed in my best jeans. Heartbeats, I know that it's already all fleeting. Paresthesia flows all over me as I'm exposed and feeling dizzy. Heartbeats, I know, and it's in my ferocity. Exposed, I'm feeling. I am clothed, I'm wearing my jeans. I'm exposed, I'm feeling so dizzy, so dizzy.
That was Paresthesia And that's
Yeah.
from Early Eyes. That's from their latest album called Look Alive. And I have Jake and John on the phone with me tonight. I'm kind of laughing because I think I got the pronunciation of that tune right.
You did.
You
Cool.
did.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, we were starting to get into your, kind of how you guys work in the studio and things like that. It sounds like you guys kind of took the digital recording process like into account when you were writing this time, so I'm assuming it's not played live and that you tracked things, or would that be wrong? Do you kind of play things live and then go back and overdub, or do you just lay it down track by track? Or
We do a lot of like track by track recording.
Okay.
There's like some amount of programming. There are a lot of sounds on this record that you like, can't super recreate without a computer. But yeah, we do a lot of like track by track recording. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you guys kind of also, like I said, you took the digital recording process into account. It sounds like when you're writing, do the tunes like evolve a lot then? Like once you start recording them, do they go other places where you didn't even know, or do you kind of have a map already? How does that play out for you?
It's half and half for sure. Like there are some that like did not change too much beyond just like from the demos. Something like Revelberry. You listen to the demo and it's like, pretty much there. Just like things got a little more sophisticated. Things got retracked and just sounds better. But the general idea is there. And then you have I think a lot about like the bridge from Halloween 18. It was like totally just something that came together in the studio. Like we had the drums were all programmed in the demo, and mostly are on the recording as well. But the huge crazy like solo section in the middle was our friend Joey Hayes on the drums was responsible for a lot of that. And Devin Wessels, our other friend on the keyboard. So that was just something where like we kind of had everything. We had the keyboard solo already, and Joey was in because he was already tracking for some other stuff. And we're like, all right, let's just like play, let's hit record, play the bridge, like just do whatever you want. And it just totally it gave us a completely new direction for what that part of the song was supposed to be. There's a lot of like exploration. I think there are a lot of sections on the record on a lot of these songs where we allowed ourselves to explore a lot, because when you're in the studio it's like really easy to just you have an idea and it's like, all right, like if you are like in a totally comfortable place, it's like you don't want to just sit on an idea. Like you might as well like track it and see what's up.
Right.
I remember when we recorded that part, we were all sitting behind Caleb at the board, and we were just like screaming through the glass at Joey because we were so jazzed.
We were just like, what am I even seeing right now? Because I don't even know if he had heard the song like before doing that. If he had, he heard it like the morning of, and he's just like this like super virtuosic player. And we were just kind of like doing it. We made him do it a few more times, like not really because we needed a new take, but it's like we just wanted to see him play like that again.
Right, right.
So, yeah, it was just a lot of fun. A lot of like fun stuff like that was going on in the studio, and I think that like sense of fun translates well to how the record ended up.
Right, definitely, and it's that allowing yourself to go places, right, and being open to different things that happen, right? Those happy accidents. Well, let's go ahead and play another tune here, and then we'll come back. I'm here talking to Jake and John from Early Eyes. They have a new album out called Look Alive, and we're kind of going through and talking about that. This next track is called Rocket, and that's from Look Alive from Early Eyes, and you're listening to it on the sound right here on 89.5 KQAL.
know things are difficult, sometimes uncontrollable. No matter how much we grow, our brains are atypical, and I love I don't think that it's a good idea to go there. Fingers elegantly running through my hair. Maybe not productive to sit in despair. I don't think that I can go back home. Everything is real now. And I can survive out on my own. Together we can hold on. Tell you what is that something's in stone. We can finally hang out. Thought I could survive out on my own. Together we can hold on.
That was Rocket. That's from the latest album from Early Eyes called Look Alive. And I have Jake and John from Early Eyes on the phone with me tonight. So, guys, like we were talking before the mics came back on, yes, I could pronounce Rocket. That was a lot easier to pronounce. We talked a little bit about your recording process, stuff like that. I also noticed that there's a saxophone on the album. How do you, and a lot of great synth sounds, and like like you guys were saying, some sounds that might be a little difficult to reproduce without a computer. How do you decide overall kind of what instrumentation to use? Do you have like a basic idea when you go in, and then does it stick to that, or do you just kind of play around until it's like, oh wow, and you stumble upon a sound?
Yeah.
Or
A lot of it's just like what's in the room right now.
okay,
Yeah.
We're making it, because we have a good amount of like synths and stuff. We have more like synth and computer stuff than we do guitar stuff. Like at this point, and we just know like our friend Charlie Berg has been playing sax on our stuff for a long time. He's just a childhood friend of Joe's and a really good friend of the rest of us. So we know we can recruit him as needed. I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that like certain, like we knew like writing, I remember like Jake showing everyone the like original, like draft of Chemicals before there was really like anything. And, there's like the like MIDI saxophone playing that lead part. So it's like, we knew we can have a rough idea a lot of the time, but the actual fleshing out of things tends to happen in the studio.
Nice. I think that's a good way to do it. Do you guys ever sample stuff and then, like real world sounds that you have and then twist them up in the computer? Or?
Yeah, there is some samples on that record that shall remain nameless because we don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, there are samples on that album that are kind of like twisted sounds from video games and film and whatnot. And the music, though, because we've been writing just an absolute like load of music since we've put out Look Alive, and our newer stuff is like, I think, a lot more sample based and experimental in terms of like sounds we want to incorporate that aren't necessarily coming from an instrument.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've got a sampler on my phone that I use live for like the Halloween 18 stuff.
Oh, nice.
So it's like, it's this app Koala. It's like $4. It's fully like compatible with, you can like link it up with Ableton and stuff. And I it is easily the best thing that I've ever done on the App Store.
Right.
So I feel like I just have to shout that out. But I mean, something like the Halloween 18 like sample is actually, I think Joe just chopped up the original demo for that song that Jake made of just like am I right, Jake? Is that what that happened?
I think that is correct.
Yeah, Jake will just like kind of draft out like a part, like a keys part, and just kind of sing like gibberish but like with a melody behind it. And I think Joe just like manipulated that super hard, chopped it up into something that we were able to like use in that way. So just like the sound, like that type of sound of something like being sampled of like really obvious digital manipulation and like decay, even, is something that I think we're all like really moved by in a way, just as people that grew up like in the digital era, listening to like, you know, 96 kbps audio on YouTube in like 2010. Like that's it's a sound palette that I think we're all super receptive to.
Right.
Yeah, it's so like emotional. I think for us, it makes me very emo to listen to like really terrible bitrate music, because it just puts you in that place and time. And I think there is kind of like a tactile quality to hearing music broken down like that by a computer.
Yeah.
It just feels good.
Yeah.
Good.
Tactile is a good word to describe, I think, a lot of like what we were focusing on with this record, especially in comparison to like other other things. I mean, to reference Rocket, like the section in the middle with the really like stretched out "I love you," where it's, you know, there are clearly like a lot of like digital artifacts, and like, you know, you could have just like sang it at that speed, but you like lose something. You lose something like kind of intangible that's communicated by things being like stretched out or you know, screwed up in that way.
Right.
I think we're all really, really fascinated by that.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm glad you brought that up. And it has come up a couple times now, Halloween 18. I think what we should do is, I was going to play Dying Plant next, but I think what we should do is we'll go ahead and play both those tunes, and we'll come back and talk about them. So, because we've mentioned that tune, it's been several times already. So let's go ahead and play it for people. I'm talking to Jake and John from Early Eyes. They have their latest album out called Look Alive, and this next tune we're going to play is called Halloween 18, and you're listening to it on The Sound right here on 89.5 KQAL.
Feeling what I want, it's just that you are gone. It's irreverent. Dressing up just for the hell of it. Trying to be somewhat relevant. Peeling back the front, synthetic wig out and blonde, not that eloquent. I'm not addressing the elephant. Sensing some spirits malevolent.
right about the state of my existence tonight. I'm feeling like I wanna run away and bathe in the light. Sad, 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 sad Samaria. Trap, 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 Diamond Nadia. Bad, 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 bad Begonia. I'm thinking there could be a different way to sort this all out. I'm thinking you and I could patch it up and chill the f- out. I'm thinking there could be a different way to sort this all out. Just take a look at me and try to stand it, but it's all down. Water daily, I'm feeling pretty dry. My leaves are failing. I'm looking to the sky. Please won't you save me? I'm dying in this pot. What's mine is yours, so I feel this way a lot. Water daily, I'm feeling pretty dry. My leaves are failing. I'm looking to the sky. Please won't you save me? I'm dying in this pot. What's mine is yours, so I feel this way a lot. Sad, 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 sad Samaria. Trap, 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 Diamond Nadia. Bad, 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 bad Begonia. Sad, 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 sad Samaria. Trap, 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 Diamond Nadia. Bad, 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 bad Begonia.
That was Dying Plant. That's from Early Eye's latest album called Look Alive. And before that, we heard Halloween 18. And tonight, I have Jake and John from Early Eyes on the phone with me. So, guys, a couple explicit tunes. We had to censor those there, but some really cool stuff. And I couldn't help but, insert Halloween 18 on the fly here. Dying Plant, I wanted to include because it just, to me, really shows like a lot of diversity, it shows what you guys are capable, where you're capable of going, and what you're capable of incorporating on one album or even one track, so like what inspires you to write, like Dying Plant, that one took me on a journey, I don't know. That's one that stood out to me, because I'm cruising along through the album, I was listening to it in the car the other day. And when that one came out, I was like, whoa, what? Wait a minute. What is this? So, you want to talk a little bit about inspiration and kind of, how do you write? Is it like lyrics or melodies or, what happens there?
Yeah, we often, for writing, we often start with kind of like a basic chord structure, time signature, like the very simple things, and maybe like a melody on top, and we kind of build all of the layers from there. And I think a lot of it obviously comes from like life experience and feelings that we're having when we're writing the lyrics and building out a song and whatnot. But I would say that the majority of it comes with us like really enjoying other music. Dying Plant particularly is a song that's almost like in honor of Caleb Hins, who produced the record. His previous band called the Happy Children. They were like a Minneapolis band, and they were kind of our guide through the music scene in our early days, and we were just like so in love with everything they were doing in that band as a whole, and we wanted to kind of like do that thing. And a lot of the times when we're writing other music, it's very much inspired by like what is happening in Minneapolis and what's happening in the music community as a whole, and like who our friends are and what we respect, and we kind of just want to like pay homage to all of those things.
Yeah, and like the one of the, I think, signature things about the Happy Children is Caleb, his 12-string guitar was a huge like part of their sound, and the opening riff on Dying Plant is, was based around his playing style, and we actually got to use it in recording. We got to use the legendary Happy Children 12-string.
Cool.
The really surreal experience, to like have I've seen this guitar so many times, I've heard it so many times, and now it's like in my hands as I am like playing something directly like referential to to the Happy Children. So that was definitely a point of reference for that. Halloween 18, this is a little lore drop. It was based on a Halloween party that we went to. We realized after writing the song that it was actually in 2017, but we weren't going to retcon the lyrics that hard. So we played a little house show, Halloween 2017, and it was, we are not like a huge like party band necessarily, but we were definitely we were party rocking that night for sure. We were kind of we were really feeling it, and it was just always like kind of a funny moment in time that we think about often, and kind of wanted to memorialize, and it felt like a like a fun like place to draw inspiration from. That is but yeah, just like topics like that are fun to write about,
right?
And I think there'll probably be more like little like vignette type deals in the future.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's all about your own experience, and well, it could be anything, cathartic things, or yeah. As far as writing goes, I just remembered this as well. Like I saw something, I don't know if it was on your bio or something about winning a National Endowment for the Arts for songwriting or something. How did that?
Yeah,
that
was that was me. And in high school, I wrote a song for the National Endowment of the Arts songwriting competition. And I was like 18 years old, and they flew me out to New York, and I got to work with a bunch of artists and kind of like perform my song for a scholarship, and it was wonderful.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's fun.
not only do we play house shows, but we also write grants in this
Jake does.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a really great experience. I highly recommend like any high schooler who's interested in songwriting. There are a lot of opportunities outside of like classical composition, which I was also interested in high school, but there are a lot of opportunities outside of classical composition to kind of get your art recognized and maybe even get some college money, because Lord knows we all need it at this rate.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I really recommend everyone wins that award.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then drops out of college.
I'm back. I'm actually back. Part of the lore.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I'm back in college now.
Oh, yeah?
Studying to be a teacher. So I'm doing two at once. Here.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
You plan on teaching music, or?
I'm uncertain as of now.
Okay.
Probably high school English.
Okay,
but
cool.
I would love to teach music as well.
Right on. Sounds good. Well, let's play another track for people. I am here talking to Jake and John from Early Eyes, and we're talking about their latest album called Look Alive. And this next track is called Marathon from that album, and you're listening to it on The Sound right here on 89.5 KQAL. That was Marathon, and that is from Early Eye's latest release called Look Alive. And I have Jake and John from the band on the phone tonight. Guys, so Look Alive, your first album, out on Epitaph right now. I'm assuming you can stream it everywhere. I know I saw it on Bandcamp and Spotify. I'm assuming it's pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indeed.
How about physical copies? Where can people get those if they want to order one? Website or
Yeah, you can find them on our website, which is earlyeyes.band if you're interested. Also, they are kind of shipped to record stores across the country. So if you have a favorite record store that you would want to support, you can go ahead and ring them up and see if they have Look Alive.
Oh, cool. Do you have it on?
Yeah.
Is there vinyl out there?
Yeah, there are
Yep.
2 vinyl. There's a black vinyl and then a teal special
Oh,
vinyl.
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, we got to restock the teal on the website. I think I just saw something we sold out. But
Oh, nice.
yeah, I mean, good problem to have.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
We have that, and we have CDs. They, all of them have this really nice gatefold. I gotta give a shout out. The art and everything was all done in house by our guitarist Joe. They did a
Oh, sweet.
really great job, and I think it looks super dope. And you can see how dope it looks too on a 12 by 12 image if you buy the vinyl.
Right. For sure. What about other merch? Do you guys have stuff available online, like T-shirts, hats, things like that?
Yeah, we have shirts, no hats, but around the corner, hopefully, we'll get some other fun items. I've been really trying to sell everyone on Early Eyes toothbrushes.
They're big now.
They're big, yeah. Everyone's brushing their teeth.
Right.
we gotta have those toothbrushes from back in the day that would play a song when you brush your teeth.
Yeah.
To place your songs, yeah. Oh, that'd be
Alright,
fantastic.
Merch idea. We're gonna release next album exclusively through that. Can't hear it any other way.
It's the only way to get it.
Yeah, rip it off the toothbrush. We'll put a USB.
Nice. I love it. What about what's the near future hold for you guys? I know I heard you talking about recording more and writing more. Are you guys going on tour? What's in store?
Yeah, we have. We're working on some dates around the country for touring and whatnot. I don't know when those will be or when they'll be announced as of now. But in terms of writing, we have we have a bounty of demos that we're sitting on, and we finally, at our most recent practice, actually just brought the first one to the practice space to try to kind of flesh out and keep going.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. How about where can people find out about where you're playing, like show dates and stuff? What's the best avenue for that?
Yeah, that's still on our website as well, which again is earlyeyes.band. All the shows get posted there, and you can also check it out on all of the following-esque websites like Bands in Town and whatnot.
Okay.
They should show up there as well.
Sounds good. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you tonight. Love the album. I encourage everyone to go out there and see if we can buy up all the teal vinyl that they restock with. So, check it out in your local record stores. Epitaph Records, Early Eyes, Look Alive. So, Jake and John, like I said, pleasure talking to you guys tonight. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm going to see if my cat has anything to say.
Okay, let's hear it.
You hear that?
Yeah!
Yep, of course. Well, Kitty, what's your cat's name?
Rosa.
Rosa, I agree totally. So, and Rosa, you're right. We should play the last tune. So, guys, thanks a lot. Like I said, Early Eyes, the album's called Look Alive, and this is the last track off the album called Trust Fall, and you're listening to it on The Sound right here on 89.5 KQAL. Was that your cat again?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
The
Cool.
timing.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, guess it's time to let the cat out of the bag.
Hard to be the lone, warm-hearted optimist, sinking down, increasing pressure, forever falling backward. I see everything I've ever wanted. Still I'm falling backward. Something is pulling me, trusting that you will catch me. Waiting, wishing, wanting, watching, longing for something I can see through. And unpacking therapy, I'm resigned to sinking in the deep blue. Don't waste my time, I'm finished falling backward. Down I go, falling toward you, confident. Turns out falling backwards isn't so bad with conviction. Blue, I trust you. Deep something is pulling me, trusting that you will catch me. Waiting, wishing, wanting, watching, longing for something I can see through. Unpacking therapy, I'm resigned to sinking in the deep blue. I'll be coming right away to catch you. I'll be coming right away to follow you.
Thanks again to Early Eyes for joining us tonight on The Sound. For more on the band, check them out at earlyeyes.band or your favorite streaming service. For more local and regional albums, tune into The Sound every Wednesday night at 6, right here on 89.5 KQAL. I'm Bill Stoneberg, and we've just heard from Early Eyes on The Sound. Thanks for listening to The Sound. The Sound is produced by KQAL FM on the campus of Winona State University. Visit us online at kqal.org. Theme music for The Sound provided by Mike Terrell of Fires of Denmark.